um, Humor. On the topic of humor, what is humor? Can you teach people humor? Can you teach your own brand of humor? Can you develop one's brand of humor? Are you able to um, are you able to improve your humor? Are you able to sharpen your humor? Are you able to is one able to transmit their humor? Well, okay. So okay. So what is not humor? Well, humor. When we are being humorous, we are not talking religion. Okay. Well, that's what humor is not. Okay. So um, so now, right, and so ask you've noticed the change in register in what I just said. Um, in what I just in my speech in my speech patterns there was a change in register. I started with being humorous at an optimal phase. Okay, so there was an optimal stage, an optimal phase of being humorous, and now from humor I went into serious stuff. I changed the register into somewhat serious, grave, and tragic at the same time. I think there was tragic in my in the register. So I've changed from humorous to so I think there was some flavor of tragic in 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 my in the subsequent speech pattern. Okay, so but I just wanted to illustrate to you what humor is not. Okay, and I wanted to say, well, under no circumstance is blasphemy allowed. Okay, under no we don't tolerate blasphemy, and that is fine. Okay, now let's get back into humor. So, am I trying to teach you humor? No. Do I have my own sense of humor? Well, I'm still learning that. I'm learning my own style. I'm developing a style of my own. I'm developing form. Okay, this is what this is. It's one of my more ambitious projects is to develop a style of my own, because you see, even in my own language, if I'm to write Romanian and write it on notepad, well, I don't master cursive script very well. Okay, I'm just like a medical doctor, a medical professional that doesn't master cursive script. I don't master cursive script, and I need to develop that cursive script. I need to develop that calligraphic perfection. If and for that I need a form of my own, and maybe I need humor. People need humor. If something bad happens to them, if something tragic happens to them, well, they need to develop their humor. But okay, that's that's enough about me. I don't have a style. I don't have a humor. I'm working towards that. Okay. Did Picasso have a style? That is a joke, and it is allowed. Okay. Did Well, Dali did have a style. I can recognize a Dali when I see one. Kind of. I mean, these days you never know. But you know, I can recognize Dali when I see Dali. Okay, so Iron Maiden. I believe it's either Seventh Son of a Seventh Son or Power Slave. No, I believe I think it's Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check this. Yes, that's correct. Well, I believe that's a Dali right there. Okay. But never mind. That's I mean, do we have a problem with that? No, we don't have a problem with that. That's just a token. That's just to say that Dali was great in what he did. Okay, and that's a really good thing. That's Is that disrespectful towards Salvador Dali? No, it is not. So you notice I've changed the register again. Um but yeah, well, it's good. It's in the memory of Salvador Dali. It's in the right spirit. We should one should not be offended by that sort of stuff. And well, technically, it's called a pastiche. That's what it is. And well, it's obvious it's a pastiche, and it is a good thing, and Dali would be happy actually. Um, okay, now coming back to humor, and I want to make it brief. So, um, and I'll give you some examples. Okay, so I'm trying to illustrate what humor is to yourselves, and well, um, let's start with a joke. Let us start with a joke from my neck of the woods. Let's start with a joke from like I'm not sure about Moldavia. I'm not sure about Wallachia. I'm saying, and I'm not sure about other places in Transylvania where I'm from. But I'm illustrating to you like a joke from my village. So the joke from my village goes like this. So uh, a couple. Well, is it a couple? So well, I'm already analyzing the joke, so I've made a mistake. I'm not delivering it right, but you just just get the spirit of what I'm saying. So should it be a couple or two older ladies? Well, I'm not sure. Well, let's go for two old ladies go to the parochial priest to confess, and well, the priest says, um, "Ladies, have you been eating in a hideout?" Okay. Well, that's the type of joke that would circulate exactly where I'm from. But by the way, there's a rumor going that in the neck of the woods where I'm from, well, that's where Saint George, like the real Saint George, is buried. It could be a rumor. It could be, or it could be true. Well, I'm not sure. There's a rumor that says that the first man died on the territory of my country. Well, well, did is it factual? Because that could be true. I mean, if we pose that question, well, that's either true or untrue, right? Regardless of whether we're evolutionist or regardless of whether we're creationists, this fact is either okay. So this statement is either a fact or a non-fact. The fact that the first man ever to live died on the territory of what today is Romania. In the same way, in which Noah's Ark um, was found somewhere on the territory of Turkey, modern day Turkey, I guess. But okay, so let us stop over here. I mean, let's stop this thread over here. Actually, I mean, I could run you a little bit more on this one. So, does the fact that Noah's Ark stopped in Turkey, that does that have is there a connection between that and the concept of Buddhist lineage in any way? If you kind of get what I'm saying, but if you don't get what I'm saying, well, that's fine. That's also fine. But try to understand what I mean here. But in any case, let's go on. So that was a humor. That's a humor from my neck of the woods. Well, humor from Bucharest. I don't know. I haven't spent enough time in Bucharest to give lessons on how humor would be in Bucharest. I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think. Look, maybe we can revisit. Maybe we can do Humor the sequel. But okay, for now, let's stop here with my neck of the woods. That is Romania, well, the place where I was born and brought up. Now, what would the rabbi say? Well, a rabbi would say, so I don't know, a lady goes to a rabbi, and the rabbi says, I mean, it's a lot of variations, but the simplest thing that the rabbi could say um, is something relating to the kosher diet, I guess, and well, um, okay, so a rabbi could say, did you know that a kitchen must be kosher too, not just the food? Is this kosher? Is Yeah. So well, I haven't prepared these jokes. I'm just giving them as as I'm recording right now. So it's a way of freestyling, I guess. So that's what a rabbi would say. A rabbi would say is your kit well, this is wonderful kosher. Is your kitchen kosher too? And well, what would a Zen teacher say? Well, he would say, a Zen teacher. I think a good Zen joke would be, um, are you eating before or after meditation? Okay, so that's I think that if delivered right, well, that's a good joke. So I was just illustrating to you what humor is. And well, I'm not satisfied on this one. Like on this one, a lookup table. Okay, so look up jokes. Well, do we have a dictionary of jokes? Do we have an encyclopedia of jokes? Do we have an exhaustive database of jokes? And I mean, do we have their flavors? I mean, do you know what sort of flavor this joke is? I mean, uh, so which one's the language that has the best jokes? I have not. Well, I'm not accustomed with the Hebrew language. Okay, I'm not accustomed with that. But I can tell you, I've looked up some Yiddish uh, uh, idioms, I guess. I'd call them idioms, proverbs, pieces of wisdom, and well, that's pretty good. Well, that's a good candidate. Okay, that's a good candidate to the best possible humor, and well, I am impressed. Okay, it is highly impressive, and it is something to study. Okay, but coming back to what I wanted to say, well, a lookup dictionary, looking up stuff from a dictionary, trying to learn what humor is. Well, from trying to learn humor from practicing humor. No, no. Um, one would need one. What one needs on this one is cursive script on humor, if you know what I'm saying. So well, we must be careful. There exist boundaries. There do exist boundaries. Like you shouldn't. One should not even mix Yiddish with Hebrew. Okay, and that's in itself that statement, which is a meta statement. Well, that meta statement is humorous too. But okay, yes, work on that. Do work on that. But I'm going to bracket that for myself for a second. So that's so much about humor. Okay, so that's humor, and I wanted to tell you about humor. The second thing I wanted to talk to you about is how to how to in effect in effect how to expose. Well, when I said this word, when I say expose, well, that's, I've already given you the answer. So just imagine. So um it's a pyramid. Well, so imagine the structure that I've been telling you about previously. Imagine the structure of evil in the world. In my sense, well, one cannot be nihilistic about things. So, okay, so one has either engaged on purpose on evil doing or has not. Okay, so there's no middle way. There's no nihilism on this one. Okay, so a thing either is or not. So things are simple from that perspective. So imagine that structure that I was telling you. It isn't. I wouldn't like to call it a pyramid because many things are pyramids, and a lot of things. A lot of I can imagine good things, good hierarchies that are pyramids or have pyramid nature. But okay, so suppose just so that we can go on, okay, just so that this segment can go on. Suppose it was an inverted pyramid, so that stands in perfect equilibria somehow. Well, the way to collapse this pyramid, and basically you don't collapse it. The way to make this pyramid disappear is as follows, and I'll be quite specific on this one, and I'm pretty sure this is the case. So suppose so the point on which the pyramid rests, well, that's the the most evil degree of evilness that exists in this world. Okay, and that comes with associated knowledge, associated secrets, and associated practices, I guess. And well, sorry, you may have to extend this to multi dimensions. Actually, you may need to find the topology of this place, or you may need to find the exact topology of the thing that I'm talking about, and then collapse it in a point as is that a Poincaré conjecture? I am not sure. But so you need to collapse. So what you need to do is find this topology and collapse it somehow in a point. For the sake of simplicity, what I have done was assume it's an inverted pyramid that rests on some hard surface. Okay, so that's what I did. Sorry, I'm just freestyling at the moment. Apologies. I mean, assume for yourself all of the time and space in the world to compute this problem because it is important. So what you do in this schematic case, in the schematic case of a pyramid, is basically tell the secrets of the worst possible level of evil. Okay, so reveal these secrets and all of them, and starting with the most relevant secret possible, reveal those secrets to the level above, and then and do this inductively for all of the levels possible. And I mean, have we made the pyramid disappear? No. Well, we've turned it into ice. We've turned it into ice for a brief glimpse, for a brief second. have we made it disappear? I'm not sure. It's worth trying. Okay, so yeah, uh, extend this strategy. I think I was clear in what I said. Okay. I mean, so if the person that's right at the top, okay, these may be multiple pyramids. Okay, find these structures, find the structure in question, and compute the strategy that I'm talking about. And well, it's true. We cannot pass qualia, what we would call in philosophy of mind. We cannot pass that thing. But okay, so pass the secrets. Just pass the secrets, and everything collapses in a way. I mean, we cannot make people disappear. Uh, we cannot make evil disappear. We cannot make human nature disappear. Well, that's correct. But let's not forget this principle. There exists a line between good and bad. Okay. Well, that's an important principle, and that line is clear. Okay. Uh, does somebody act with a bad intention? All of the time. Well, yeah. So in effect, we know. So that do people come in this city in Wellington with intention to do harm? Well, I cannot tolerate that, and that is unacceptable. Okay, so I guess I've just told you what I have. I've told you what I had in mind for a strategy. Take it from there, and of course I will specific on this one. We want our structures to be clean, right? We want, and first, okay, so where do we start? We start with law and order, justice, and so on and so forth. Okay, we want these structures squeaky clean in New Zealand. I'm not sure about other places, but start with New Zealand, and well, I think pretty soon every country should put their hand up on that one. But okay, I'll bracket that for a while. It's not up to me it's not up to me to tell a policeman that he's wrong, or he or a judge or a lawyer or a prosecutor. It's not up to me to tell them they were wrong. Okay. But there exist these people. There exist the people that censor the people are referred to, and well, I'm not one of them, but it's a good strategy. That was the first subtlety that I wanted to transmit. And well, the second subtlety I already mentioned it. The good guys don't need scrutiny. It's the bad guys. And well, I think I've defined well what. Well, okay, somebody will come to me and say define bad. Well, it's very simple to say that. You become you're just like a parrot when you say that. Define bad. Okay, well, I think I have defined bad in a suitable way. I think everybody knows what I mean. But okay, let's go on, because well, there's something that I don't understand. There may be a principle. There exists a principle, and we will get back. Eventually, we will get back to the Masonic ritual. There exists a principle in there exists a principle in the Masonic ritual that says, well, um, we must be present. Freemasonry must be present everywhere. Okay, so okay, so if I was to joke, I think okay. So this joke is in bad taste. I apologize in advance, but I'm going to say what. Well, Freemasonry and witchcraft, Hermetism, take it to the max inductively. They must be present everywhere in the world. Like, is it a vertex cover? What is it? It's a vertex cover. It's an edge cover. What is it? So that means the devil must know all of the time where what am I up to? Well, that's not a good thing. Okay, so are these practices, so unify these practices, what do they have in common? Well, they don't have much in common other than cannibalism and the kind of stuff that they eat or drink. Okay, did absinthe? Did well, I'm not gonna get into that, but did you know that the person, Mrs. Robinson? Yes, the person that the person the most famous person that her name was Mrs. Robinson. She had an absinthe problem. Okay, I mean she was known by another name, but her name is Mrs. Robinson. Well, she passed away recently. May she rest in peace. Um, she had an absinthe problem. Do you know what absinthe is made from? Okay, so yeah, I'll leave it at that. But so when I say hermetism, Wicca, witchcraft, and things like that, just unify them, and then I'm going to say, well, they must be present everywhere. What are they? Are they the Catholic Church? Well, I apologize. I apologized in advance for this joke. It's in bad taste. In principle, I don't have problems. I don't have a problem with the Catholic Church. It's absolutely fine. Orthodox Christians celebrate Mass together with the Catholics, and we have Orthodox and Catholic monasteries present in Jerusalem, which is the Holy Land of Christianity, and so on and so forth. Okay, so just I don't have any problem with the Catholic Church. I apologize, but is well the stuff that I love about Catholics. But look, um, is witch that does witchcraft have to be present? Well, I want no witchcraft where I'm at. Okay, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, that is absolutely fine with me. Leave me alone, and well, I can't promise I'm not going to investigate your practices further, because I can't trust you're not gonna come back. But okay, just because the myth goes, the story goes, like, we can't lose one palm of the land. So I mean, is this rugby? I don't know. Are we fighting for territory here? It's strange. It's strange, but it's true. Um, Witchcraft is, and according to ritual, according to what they stand for, they must be present everywhere. Why is that? Okay, so that those were three aspects. The those are three aspects that I wanted to talk to you about today. I guess three different threads. I guess humor, um, ritual and ritual and secrets, and the third thing was something like a detail, but the third thing was like tiling the plane with black and white. With the first thing, the third thing was tiling the plane with a certain reality, which is obviously falsity. Okay, same thing as heresy, really, but it's I'm going to call it falsity in this particular instance. Okay, so we don't have misunderstandings.